Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome everybody. The chanting of the Gayatri is going very fine with this group. You enjoy it? Thanks, Maria. So, as you can see, there's a few birthday cards left behind me. I've just had 60th birthday here in Denmark. But it's good to see you again. And as I was coming in here this evening, I remembered that last time I was with this group, all your questions were about the death process. Do you remember?
Yeah.
The whole evening. Every time I asked, are there any questions, it was all about the death process. And it's not that I want to continue with that this evening, but I realized that there was a little thing I forgot to tell you. Some of you might have heard it on one of the Dying for Truth programs. But, you know, as you know, when I work with the death process, I always tell you that preparation for an enlightened death is exactly the same as preparation for awakening in this lifetime. And not so long ago I was reading a book of a man, I think he's an American, called Jed McKenna. He's a bit of a rebel, and he's written a really interesting book called Spiritually Incorrect Enlightenment. And one of the things he says in this book, it's something like, the only way to be free of Maya's grasp, you know Maya means illusion, the only way to be free of Maya's grasp is if there's nothing left for her to hold on to. And it really is, you know, it's a wonderful, wonderful teaching also for the death process. So I just wanted to share this with you this evening. You know, when consciousness leaves the physical body and you're moving through these different layers, I often say to you that it's like, if you know your whole repertoire, all your dramas, if you know them so well that they've actually become boring, then when you leave this physical body and go through the death process, there'll be nothing in these dramas to grab hold of you any longer. You'll just be able to look at it and leave it all behind. No identification. And this is a little bit what Jed McKenna means. You know, to be really free of the grasp of illusion, Maya's grasp, there must be nothing for her to hold on to. And I know some of you here are going to come to the Cosmic Airport training soon. And of course the Cosmic Airport training will also be on birthing, on awakening, and on the death process. But one of the things I'm going to be doing quite a bit in this training, especially in connection with the further work we do on the death process, is to just somehow keep reminding you the importance of remembering the whole lifetime, the rest of this incarnation, every moment as often as you can. This is a dream. Everything that comes and goes is part of the drama, it's part of the illusion, part of the movie of life. Because if you really practice, if you really get it and you really practice this in your lifetime, then as you move through the death process, there's going to be nothing left to hold on to. I wonder if some of you have read the book Who Dies by Stephen Levine. Has anybody here read it? I don't think it's translated into Danish. It's a very fine book. But in this book, at one point, Stephen Levine, he talks about a Native American tradition where their whole lifetime they practice what he calls a death chant. You know, for people like you, it could be something like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Triambagamya Jamahe, something that vibrationally would support you going through the death process. And then I remember in the book he he asks people to imagine that they're driving in their car. They're out on the highway driving full speed around the bend, and suddenly there's a truck coming right at them. You know, and he asks, if you were in that situation, what would you say? And he said, you know, for many people, their response would be, oh shit, right? It wouldn't be Om Namah Shivaya. You know, your last moment, oh shit. And he says, is this going to be your death chant? Maybe for many people on this planet at the moment it is. But if you really, really are aware in every moment that this could be the final moment, if you're aware, as I always say, that anything that comes and goes is not really who you are, then in some way you are prepared. And your death chant isn't going to be oh shit. It could be Om Triambagamya Jamahe, Om Namah Shivaya, or something that is really going to help you in the moments after you leave the physical body. So that's all I'm going to say about the death process this evening. I hope we can go on to other kinds of questions. But for those of you who are interested in the Cosmic Airport training, when we do the death process, it's not going to be a repetition of dying for truth. We're also going to go much deeper, also into preparation, how you can prepare your whole life for this very special moment when consciousness leaves the physical body. Okay.